Breaking news, Nigerians. It's happening. Nigerian court grants Electoral Commission INEC permission to refigure BVAS and raise data captured during presidential election. The court insisted that allowing the objections would amount to trying the hands of the respondent INEC. I said it. You see the reason why they said, let's go to court. When they don't do what they do for night. They know that this is how they will play the game. That is why they say, let's go to court. That is Nigeria for you. This is Nigeria for you. They do you something, they see them. And they not go fit do anything. APC was so sure that Bola Tinubu has won the election, even before the election. That is the truth. Everything that is happening right now has been staged. But God day, now he be poor man, hope and language. Nigeria's presidential election petition court, sitting at the Court of Appeal in Abuja, has granted the Independent National Electoral Commission permission to refigure the bimodal voter accreditation system it used for the presidential election. Okay, tell me now, so what are they going to use for the evidence? Because once this is done, that means Labour Party and the PDP, they have no evidence to present. That is it. So, case closed be this. The court, in a unanimous decision by a 3-member panel of justice, held that stopping the electoral body from reconfiguring the BVAS would adversely affect the impending governorship and state assembly elections. While dismissing the objections raised by the Labour Party and its presidential candidate Peter Obi against INEC's move to reconfigure all the BVAS, the court insisted that allowing the objections would amount to trying the hands of the respondent, INEC. The judges noted that INEC had, in an affidavit it filed before the court, assured that the accreditation data contained in the BVAS could not be tampered with or lost, as they would be stored and easily retrieved from its accredited back-end server. It further observed that neither Obi nor Labour Party controverted the disposition in INEC's affidavit, stressing that since such advancements were not challenged, it amounted to an admission by the applicants. Nevertheless, the court ordered INEC to allow the applicants to inspect and carry out a digital forensic examination of all the electoral materials used in the conduct of the elections, as well as the avail them the certified true copy of the results of the physical inspection of the BVAS. The Justice Joseph led panel faulted Obi and Labour Party for repeating their request to be allowed to scan and make copies of the electoral materials in INEC's possession, noting that the request was earlier granted, and the panel held that repeating the prayer amounted to an abuse of the court processes. INEC had insisted that the reconfiguration of the BVAS was necessary since they would be deployed for the next round of elections. It maintained that without a prompt variation of the order the court earlier granted to Obi and the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Atiku Abubakar, especially the aspect restraining it from tampering with information contained in the BVAS, it will be difficult for it to process with the scheduled elections. Obi and his party had, in their application marked CA/BEC/09M/23, sought permission to be allowed to conduct a physical inspection of all the BVAS used for the presidential poll. The applicant, through their team of lawyers led by Dr. Onyechi Ikpeazu San, said the essence of the application was to enable them to extract data eb- embedded in the BVAS, which represents the actual result from polling units. They specifically applied for leave to carry out digital forensic and physical inspection of BVAS, etc., as well as to obtain the certified true copy (CTC) of all the data in the BVAS. My lords, this is to ensure that the evidence is preserved before the BVAS are configured by INEC. This is because if they are wiped out, it will affect the substance of our case, Ikbazo San added. While opposing the application, INEC insisted that granting the request will affect its preparations for the impending governorship and national assembly elections. He told the court that there was a total of 167,000 BVAS machines that were deployed to polling units during the presidential election. Each polling unit has its own particular BVAS machine, which we need to configure for the forthcoming elections. It will be very difficult for us within the period to reconfigure the 167,000 BVAS. We have already stated in our affidavit. I beg your pardon. We have already stated in our affidavit that no information in the BVAS will be lost, as we will transfer all the data in the BVAS to our back-end server. We need the BVAS configured. So granting this application will be a clutch in the process and may delay the conduct of the elections, INEC lead lawyer pleaded. Meanwhile, over 70 CSOs had kicked against the move by INEC to reconfigure BVAS and erase data captured during the presidential election. The Nigerian Civil Society Situation Room had expressed its displeasure at the alleged plan by INEC to erase data captured by BVAS during the recent presidential election. The Situation Room is made up of civil society organizations, CSOs, working in support of credible and transparent elections in Nigeria, numbering more than 70. This was stated in a statement made available to the public on Tuesday by the group's convener, Peter Obi, and co-conveners Asmas, Joda, and James Ugochukwu, urging INEC to explain how the commission intends to preserve the information of voters captured by the machine for possible review ahead of future elections. So my people, I don't hear the matter. Abeg, make we hear your view concerning this. Thank you.